I wasn't specifically looking for artists who had produced recordings, but this is something that just taken for granted these days, and they all had. So again, all is there, right? The thing is that sometimes speaker put stress on the answers also, right, while speaking. Second main point is that try to involve in the topic, right? Whatever you are listening at a time, just do one thing. Think you are the speaker and try to involve yourself in that. Main point is this also. I wasn't specifically looking for artists who had produced. I wasn't looking recordings, but this is something is always used for positive, right? Remember this one. That's just taken for granted these days, and they all had recordings. So what the B says, B says that they had all made music recordings. So this is a match here. So this is also the. So B and D, these are the right options, and these answers are based on the talk of Johanna only, right? So in this you can say that is question number 21 and 22. The supervisor has no role, only the role of Johanna is there. Now let's go to the next two questions, that is 21 and 23. Again I have to choose two letters from A to E. Which 2 points does Johanna make about her use of telephone interview? So I'm going to underline telephone interviews, right? So which 2 points she has made about the telephone interviews? The thing is that now next, the supervisor in the audio script. So what is written here? Right, now you collected your data through telephone interviews, didn't you? Yes. The answer starts from here. According to the language of Johanna, I realized if I was going to interview leading musicians, it only be possible over the phone because they are so busy. I realized if I was going to interview leading musicians, lead here, right, I'd only be possible. Now let's go to the first A to E. It meant rich data could be collected. So I'm going to underline rich data, quality is there. It allowed the involvement of top performers. Who are the performers here? The singers, right? Involvement of top. It allowed. It led to a stressful. So I'm going to underline stressful here. It meant interview times had to be limited. Time. It could cause some technical problems, technicality. So in A, the collection of data is there, a kind of information. Am I right? It allowed the involvement of top performance. Involvement is there. So A has somewhat no relation with B. It led to stressful feelings is there. Right? Atmosphere at time. It meant into the time is there, technical problem is there. It means A, B, C, D, E. These are 5 options. A, B, C, D, E. All options are varied as per my thought, right? So the thing is that yes, I realized if I was going to interview leading, so I have underlined only top, right? So leading is equal to top, performers is equal to musician. I'd only be possible, right? It only be possible over the phone because they are so busy. So if I was going to interview leading musicians, allow the involvement. So B option. Fine. Then I recorded them using a telephone recording adapter. I had been worried about the quality, but it worked out all right. So it means recording, there was no problem. And in E, they are saying it caused some technical problems. So this is my wrong answer. I managed at least a 30-minute interview with each subject, sometimes longer. They are saying there is a limitation of time, on just like the language of or the spoken words of the Johanna saying a 30-minute interview with each subject, sometimes longer. So it meant interview times had to be limited. There is no limitation. E is wrong, T is right. So what I am doing, again I am concentrating on wrong one also as well as right one also, so that I can get the right answers. Did doing it on phone make it more stressful? It means C. I thought it might. I thought it might means chances are only 20%, very less. It was all quite informal though. No, it's in fact they seemed very keen to talk. It means no stress is there. C is also wrong. Right, now what the option left? A only. And I don't think using the phone meant I got less rich data, rather the opposite. In fact, less rich data I got. I don't think so. Opposite, it means rich data synonym matches with rich data, and she got. So A is the right answer. So there are two options which are right, that is A and B of 23rd and 24th. Right. Let's go to the question number 25-26. Again we have to select two letters. Now what is the question? Which two topics did Joanna originally, I have underlined originally, intend to investigate? I am going to underline investigate in her research. So intention is also there. So what the A states? Regulations concerning rules. They are talking about concerned dress. Now the top dress. Audience reactions to the dress. Audience reactions, performers, change in performer attitudes to concert dress, attitudes, how choice of dress relates to how, method, procedure relates to performer laws, links between musical instrument and dress choice, musical instrument, dress choice, links in from A to E. What is common here? Just like in 21 and 22, what was the common? All. Here the common is dress, 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 repetition, dress, dress. It means the talk is about the dress, right? Now, I am going to the question number 25 and 26, right? Now, what the supervisor saying? And you were looking at how performers dress for concerned performances. So interesting. And you were looking at how performers dress for concerned performances. That's right. My research investigated. So she investigated. What is there? Investigate the way players see their role as a magicians, and how this is linked to the type of clothing they decide to wear. But that focus didn't emerge immediately. When I started, I saw more interested in trying to investigate the impact of what was worn on these listening. And now the thing, when I started initial stage, I was more interested in trying to investigate the impact. Impact is there, effect on what was worn on those listening. So who are the listeners here? Audience are there. I read audience reactions to the dress of performers. He is saying impact, right? So there is a complete match of B. Check the line. And also whether someone like a violinist might adopt a different style of clothing from, say, someone playing the flute. It means the person who is playing a violinist, his dress is different from the person who is playing the flute or the trumpet, right? So links between musical instrument and dress choice. It's interesting that the choice of dress is up to the individual, isn't it? Yes, you expect there to be rules about it. There are rules. That's quite rare. Rules are there, but that quite rare. So he is saying regulations, he is saying rules are rare, but quite rare. So it means A is not the there, only he has talked about the rule. Second, he has talked about the audience reactions. I got the answer B. Third, he has talked about the links between musical instrument and dress. I got the answer, right? So this is the point here. Now let's go to the question number 27. In 27, the thing is that Joanna concentrated, underline, on women performers because women, gender, women are more influenced by fashion. We believe in this thing, right? But this may or may not be the answer. Remember this one. Women dress has led to more controversy. More. Women code of dress is less strict than men. A, B, C. Right. Women. Now, supervisor, you only had women performers in your study. Was that because male musicians are less worried about fashion? John, I think a lot of the men are very much influenced by fashion. But in social terms, 1 minute, the choices they have are more limited. In social terms, code of dress. Code, a kind of set of rules. Terms, a set of rules. The choices they had are more limited. They'd really upset audiences if they strayed away from quite narrow boundaries. More limited. It means women code of dress is less strict and men code of dress is more right. He said that in social terms the choices are more limited. More limited equal to less strict. Same language. Right? So that's why this is the right answer, that is C here. Now, Mike Frost articles just underlines this, that in popular music, women dress is affected by their wish to be taken seriously, their tendency to copy each other. They are not saying male, they are saying each other, women to women, which is not possible. You know better than me. But let's check the speaker first. Their reaction to the masculine nature of the music. Now popular music has quite different expectations. Did you read popular music? Did you read Mike Frost article about the dress of women performers? No. Supervisor, he points out that a lot of female singers and musicians in popular music tend to dress down in performance and wear less feminine clothes like jeans instead of skirts. Wear less. It means they copy males. They don't copy each other. This is the main thing in multiple choice. The lines are spoken but with an inaccurate meaning. That we have to find. Right? They copy male, but they here written they copy each other. Right? This is a difference. And he suggests this is because otherwise they'd just be discounted as tribe. Now, discounted. It has two meanings. Not to be counted. Second, a kind of disregard. Right? Second, it has the meaning of lower value. So here the thing is of disregard or lower value. Their wish to be taken seriously. This is not the reaction. Their reaction to the masculine nature. He's not talking about the masculine nature of the music. He's talking about the masculine nature of the clothes. Wrong. So wish is the right answer. Because they want that they should not be considered as low grade or of lower value. Next, what did Joanna subject say about the audience at the... Now talking about the audience, who is saying subjects. Magician's choice of clothing is linked to the respect. Wherever you get respect, you feel happy. So this is important word. The clothing should not distract the audience from the music. The audience should concentrate, make the effort to dress appropriately. Let's go to this one. But you could argue they are just wearing what's practical. I mean, a pop music concert is usually a pretty energetic affair. Yes, he doesn't make that point, but I think you are probably right. I was interested by the effect of audience at the musical when it came to the choice of dress. Join. The subjects I interview felt subjects say about the audience. Same line. Was really important. It's all to do with what we understand by performance as a public event. Whatever you are wearing at home, you are not going to wear outside, because outside there is a public and you have to maintain your personality. This is the meaning of this line. Right. They believe the audience had certain expectations. It was to them as performers to fulfill these expectations. There is point of expectations, not a point of distract, and there is no advice here. They believed past tense. The audience had past tense certain expectations. It was past tense to them, as it means grammar is also playing a role here. Performers to fulfill these expectations, to show a kind of esteem. Esteem means self-respect. They need the respect. Musician's choice of clothing is linked to respect. It's linked to respect. You are not going to suggest stare, right? You are not going to suggest stare. There is no suggestion. They are giving a very technical answer. So this is right answer, that is A. Right? Fine. Next, last, that is 30th. According to the speaker, musicians could learn from sports scientists about. So they are saying about the sports scientists, the people who work in the sports area. Importance of clothing for physical freedom. 1 minute. Physical freedom. The part played by clothing in improving, underlined improving, the way clothing may protect against physical injury. Right. So 3 options are again there. I have to select the one option, that is supervisor. They weren't afraid of looking, as they made an effort to look good. Mom, I think in the past the audience would. have those expectations of one another, but this is not really. Now they have no expectations also. Right. So they need only respect. We gave the answer. In this next 30th, the answer is based on the speakers. So there is no just like concentration that whether it is based on the supervisor words or the joiner. No. And I also get interested what sports scientist, my answer starts. Sports scientists, so lines of answer, are doing to with regard to clothing. So what they are doing. So in the audio script, it is clearly written, because this is the same thing. So musicians are quite vulnerable physically. What's the meaning of this one? Defenseless. Right. Even aren't they? Because the movements they carry out are very intensive and repetitive. It's fast movements they are carrying out, musicians. So I'd imagine some features of sport clothing could safeguard, protect, save the players. Some features. It means the way clothing may protect against from the potential dangerous physical injuries. Effect of this. So complete line match with the C. I think this is the simplest one while doing from 21 to 30th. Yes, but musicians don't really consider it. They avoid clothing that obviously restrict their movements that far. They avoid clothing that restrict their movements, but that's as far as they go. They avoid clothing that restricts their movement. Importance of clothing for physical freedom. The part played by clothing in improving performance. Musicians don't really consider it. They avoid clothing that obviously restrict their movements. Right? He's saying the reality. The question is based on could learn. Right? I'd imagine some features of could safeguard. Matching is there. Means it's a kind of what they could learn, not the reality. Right? What they can adopt in the future. Anyway, coming back to your audition, do you have any idea where to going from? This is the end of the script and the listening. We did the question number 21 to 30. The main thing in this is that we have to concentrate on the points ABC, right? Second, who is the speaker here? On whose the talk is based, what they want to speak, who is the speaker. These are also the point of concentration. At last, I tried my best to cover this listening part, and you will get on the internet also this listening. Try, right? Because when you listen, then use these kind of tips to get the right answer. So I have tried in this also, because in various videos and even if WhatsApp messages I'm getting one thing only from the people, that please go for the MCQs in listening, because these are the disturbing factors for the listening test aspirants. So I did today, and I will go with more videos also. At last, I want to say thanks for watching my videos, right? We are uploading we can say 1 or 2 videos on the basis of per day. So try to get just like I can say link to our channel, and so that you can get the notifications of the latest videos also. Thanks once again.